They taught us a story with the edges cut clean. But the soil remembers every footprint, every scream. Tonight, we tell it straight. For the ones who survived, and the ones who never came home.
Before the feast, before the pilgrims touched the sand, our nations walked the sacred land. One Pernowak heart still beating, but barely stand, 'cause the sickness swept through like fire through the clan. 90% gone, whole villages in tears, ancient songs drowned out by the cold frontier. So when the ships dropped anchor and the strangers appeared, we met them out of strategy, not out of cheer. They painted peaceful, like a fairy tale, but behind those smiles was a storm about to sail. Not the story they told, this ain't the story they told us in school, no. This is true from the fire, from the blood and the snow. We shared that meal, but the wound only grows, 'cause after the feast came the shadows. We know Thanksgiving ain't sweet when you peel it back slow. It's a day of mourning for the kin that we lost long ago. We survived, but the pain still echoes. This is the truth behind the harvest they show. This is the truth behind the harvest they show. Broken earth, broken word. More ships came and they didn't come to blend. They came to claim the water, the land and the wind. Treaties signed and torn again and again, like every promise was a blade in our skin. Missionaries came saying you'll be saved, but salvation never came to the ones they enslaved. Caught in a world where our freedom was shaved. Still we prayed, still we fought, still we stayed unafraid. False religion, borders drawn with a gun. Families scattered, generations undone. The fire lit bright, but the damage begun, 'cause peace only lasted till they wanted more sun. Not the story they told, this ain't the story they told us in school, no. This is truth from the fire, from the blood and the snow. We shared that meal, but the wound only grows, 'cause after the feast came the shadows. We know Thanksgiving ain't sweet when you peel it back slow. It's a day of mourning for the kin that we lost long ago. We survived, but the pain still echoes. This is the truth behind the harvest they show. The truth behind the harvest they stole. 1637, the night the sky cried. Pico village burned with no place to hide. Women, children, elders, none survived. And they thanked their God for the fire and the lives they deprived. Next morning they gathered, lifted hands in praise. Called it Thanksgiving for the massacre blaze. A celebration built on the darkest of days. The truth that still shakes us in 100,000 ways. But our nation's held strong though the world turned cold. Carried stories, carried songs, carried wisdom of old. We're still here unbroken, uncontrolled, still standing tall while the real story unfolds. On the hill at Plymouth, the drums still cry for every ancestor buried under that November sky. It's not hate, it's the truth we no longer deny. It's a promise to remember, not a plea to justify. Day of mourning for the hearts that fell, for the ones pushed aside while the sailors exhaled. Yeah, through the sorrow, our spirit rebelled with the voice of a people they can never expel. We are still here. This ain't the story they taught us to sing. This is history carved in bone, not a holiday ring. But through every trial, every loss, every sting, we're still here. And our truth is a wildfire thing. Thanksgiving ain't joy when you peel it back slow. It's a scar, it's a memory, it's a
ancestor, for every nation, for every truth buried under the tablecloth. We remember, we speak, we survive.